Hey guys, it's time for another game in Demos Dozen. This is game 2 between the Twins and the Orioles. First game was won by the Twins 2-0 on a Brian Dozier 2-run bomb. Only runs of the game. So, we're ready for game 2. It's going to be Dylan Bundy going for the Orioles and rookie Jose Barrios going for the Twins. Get everything set up, starting lineups, and first pitch, just a second. Okay, we're ready to get the game going. I did the pregame roll and it came up as bad weather at Camden Yards. So instead of 1-8 for a single, it's 1-6. And instead of a higher home run total, it's only 1-11. These are both for lefties and righties. Look at our starting lineup. It's pretty much the same. Maybe some lineup changes in the order. Buxton's going to lead off in center. Dozier at second. Mauer at first. Sano at third. Grossman the DH fifth. Castro 6th, Kepler 7th, Polanco 8th, and Rosario in left field batting 9th. Barrios is the pitcher. For the Orioles, Seth Smith leads off in right, Machado's at third, Adam Jones in center, Chris Davis at first, Trumbo the DH. One change is Kim is out and Mancini is in left field. Jonathan Schoop hits 7th. Joseph replaces Wellington Castillo at catcher to hit 8th, and J.J. Hardy bats 9th. So trying yet again another format to try to show this and see if we can get the cards on camera pretty good. And the score sheet's going to be right here to the side, so hopefully the cards are well visible. And we're going to get going here. Byron Buxton's going to lead things off against right-hander Dylan Bundy. And game 2 is underway. We get a 4-7. So Buxton against a right-hander. 4-7 is going to be a single to center field. So Byron Buxton with a leadoff single. Now, he's got a chance to steal to get a jump of 5 or 6. So they're going to go ahead and take a chance. Joseph is a +1 arm rating. So if he does get the jump, he might be able to do something. Although Bundy's -1, so that's a wash. It's a 7, so he does not get the jump. So we ignore all that. And because that would be only a 1-9 if he tried to go, and that's less than 50%, so we're not going to mess with it. Brian Dozier up next. Nothing on the 20. 6-12. 6-12 for Bundy is a single to right field. So 2 singles in a row. Now the question is, single to right, Seth Smith's a 1. Buxton was being held. He runs at a 17, so he's being held as a 16. And Seth Smith's a +1. That makes it a 17. So 1-17, he's going to make it to third base. The Orioles are going to concede that base because they don't want Dozier going to third. So runners are at the corners now. Nobody out. And here's Joe Mauer. They're trying to prevent. It's hard to say they see Buxton's run as unimportant. But if they can get out of this with just 1 run allowed, they might feel like it's a moral victory. So in a sense, yes, Dozier is the guy they're worried about the most. Here's Mauer. Nothing on the 20. It's a 2-6 for Mauer against a righty. It's a ground ball first base B. That's going to score the run. As Mauer is aboard on a 3-6 putout. So Dozier's out at second. Buxton will score. Twins lead at 1-0 with a runner at first and 1 out for the power hitting Miguel Sano. Third base. Sano, it's a 1, so it's a chance for a wild pitch. But Bundy has nothing on his wild pitch rating, so no worries there. It's a 6-7 for Sano against a right-hander. So on Bundy, 6-7 is a ground ball second base X. Jonathan Schoop, he's a 2E16. And a 2E16, that is a 3. So probably a base hit. But we'll check it out to be sure. A 2 and a 3 is actually, take that back, 2 and a 3 is actually a G3. So we will get to it. That's a 12, and he's an E16. So second base, E16, there is no 12. So the G3 means that the runners advance. So Schoop makes the play for out number 2. Mauer will go to second base on the ground out, so he's at second with 2 outs. And the DH, Robbie Grossman, steps to the plate. Nothing on the 20. 6-7 against Grossman, who's a switch hitter batting left. Another ground ball, second base X, so Scope will get another chance. Again, a 2E16. That's a 6, he'll get to that. That's an 11. And I don't remember seeing an 11 on the E16. There is none, so Scope makes the play. And the inning is over. So the Twins get a run, but that's all they get. And so that's what the Orioles were really concerned about, was not allowing more than one run. So we go to the bottom of the first. It's 1-0 in favor of the Twins. Jose Barrios is on to pitch for the Twins. And leading off for the Orioles is right fielder Seth Smith. That's a 2-6 for Smith against a right-hander. That's a walk. So a leadoff walk to Seth Smith. He is not going anywhere. He has to get a 2 to get a jump, so not likely. So that's going to bring up Manny Machado with Smith at first and nobody out. Nothing on the 20. That's a 1-7 for Machado against a right-hander. That's a fly ball to left field for one away. So one down. Brings up center fielder Adam Jones. Nothing on the 20. It's a 4-4 for Adam Jones against for Barrios against a right-hander Jones. 4-4 is a ground ball, shortstop X. That is Polanco, and Polanco defensively is a 2E23. That's a 13. He'll get to that, and that's a 9. So let's see, a 2 and a 13 is a G1, so potential double play. That's a 9, and he is an E23. So we check the shortstop. E23. There is no 9, so that is a 6-4-3 double play that is going to end the inning. So the Orioles come up away empty. Nothing happening. We go to the second after one complete. It's Minnesota 1 and the Orioles nothing. And up for the Twins will be catcher Jason Castro. Deleted off. We get a 2-4 for Castro against a right-hander, and all those outs in column 2 when he found his walk. So Castro, leadoff walk. He's not going anywhere as far as running. So next up is right fielder Max Kepler. Nothing on the 20. It's a 2-5 for Kepler, and that's a double to right field. So Kepler cracks a double, and with nobody out, Castro doesn't run all that well. They're going to hold him at third base. So runners are at second and third, nobody out. Twins looking to add to their lead. Jorge Polanco steps up. Infield's going to play in. They're going to try to choke that runoff, even though it's early. Nothing on the 20. It's a 3-9. The infield end's not going to matter. 3-9, 1-6 is a triple. 7-20 is a single with 2 stars. And that's a single with 2 stars. So that's going to bring home both the runs anyway, despite their stubbornness to try to cut the run off. That doesn't matter. It's a 2-run single, and the Twins lead it 3-0. Polanco, he's not going to go anywhere. Rosario, the batter, left fielder. Nothing on the 20. 1-5. That is a walk again. So Bundy running into some issues. A lot of these off the batter cards, so it's not really his fault, so to speak. And we're back to the top of the order for Byron Buxton. Nothing on the 20. That is a 3-5. Again, we're off the batter's card, but that's a strikeout. Buxton down on strikes for out number 1. So, out number 1, bases still first and second, with 1 out for Brian Dozier. Nothing on the 20. Dozier finally off Bundy's cards, a 5-3. That's a fly ball right field X. That's Seth Smith. But he's a 4, so that could be troublesome. And it's a 14, so I believe he'll get to that. Let's double check it. A 4 and a 14, I think he'll make that play. 4 and a 14 he does. And it's a 12, and he's an E1, so nothing there. It's an F2, and on an F2, if there's a runner on 30 scores, a runner on second may tag up a try to advance. Computer safe chances is running speed plus outfielder's arm. Alright, so the runner on second, Polanco, can try to advance. Seth Smith's a +1. He's a 14. That's a 1 to 15 chance. 1 to 15 chance to be safe. 16 to 19, he has to hold. 20, he's out. So he is safe. He will go to third on the fly out. So Polanco tags, goes to third. There are now 2 outs though. And it'll be up to Joe Mauer. Runners at the corners and 2 away. 3-0 Twins already here in the second. Nothing on the 20. It's a 5-5 against a lefty, and a 5-5 against a lefty. It's a strikeout. So Bundy gets out of it with any further damage, but I would say 3 runs in 2 innings is pretty good damage as it is. We go to the bottom of the second. It's 3-0 Twins. And Barrios will come back out and join a 3-0 lead. And for the Orioles, they will send up cleanup hitter Chris Davis, power hitting lefty against Jose Barrios. It's a 6-7 against a lefty. That is a ground ball second base X. That's Mauer. We know he's a 1. We'll roll the 20 anyway to see if it's a pop out or a ground out. It's a 20, so that's obviously a ground out. And it's a 10, so there are no errors on 10s. So by default, Dozier's going to make that play. 4-3 ground out. 1 away. Brings up Mark Trumbo, the DH. Trumbo. 3-7 for Trumbo, and that's a ground ball to short. 2 down. So Barrios pitching very well here early on, first 2 innings. Facing now Trey Mancini, the rookie. 4-8 for Mancini against Barrios. The righty is a pop out to third. And Barrios still faced the minimum thanks to that double play. After 2 innings of play, it's the Twins 3 and the Orioles nothing. And we go to the top of the third. It'll be Miguel Sano to lead off for the Twinks. And Bundy going to see if he can't stem the tide here. Get some control of this game. It's a 4-3, so we are off Bundy's card. And a 4-3 is a ground ball pitcher X. He is a 2E8. So a 2E8. And that is a 9, so I'm pretty sure that's a good play. 2 and a 9 is a good play. To 14, E8, 14. There is no 14, so Bundy makes the play. Simple 1-3 ground out. Brings up Robbie Grossman. And that's a 2-5 for Grossman. That is a 1-11 single. And 12-20, he's going to ground out to first. And he's going to ground out to Chris Davis for out number 2. So 2 down. 2 up, 2 down, actually. And for Jason Castro, so maybe Bundy is settling in. For the Orioles' sake, they hope it's not too late. 1-5 is a single for Castro. So Castro is aboard. 2 out single brings up Max Kepler, right fielder. Nothing on the 20. And a 3-10 for Kepler against a right-hander is a ground ball to short. Inning's over. So nothing doing for the Twinks that inning. We go to the bottom of the third. Still 3-0 in favor of the Twins. And for the Orioles, they will have Jonathan Scope to lead things off. Jonathan Scope, second baseman. That is a 4-4 for Scope. Another ground ball, shortstop X. It's Polanco. He's a 2E23. It's a 20. He'll make that play easily. Now we check the E23 portion. E23 portion on a 12. Shortstop E23. There is no 12, so good play for Polanco. 1 away. Brings up the catcher, Caleb Joseph. He did not play in the first game. Wellington Castillo did, so it's his first action in Demos dozen. 2-11 for Joseph. It's a ground ball to third, so that's 2 away. And Barrios has the ground ball working in this one today, or tonight, as the case may be. Here's J.J. Hardy, number 9 hitter. 3-7 for Hardy is a strikeout, and that's going to end the inning. So the Orioles have now gone 12 innings without scoring against the Twinks. They lost 2-0 in the first game. They're down 3-0 already here in game 2. And the potent Oriole offense is yet to give company to the scoreboard. After 3 complete, it's Minnesota 3 and Baltimore 0. And Jorge Polanco leads things off. Polanco singled his first time up. 5-8 against Bundy. A 5-8 for Bundy is a strikeout. It's a good start to the inning for Bundy. Brings up Rosario. Eddie Rosario. That is a 1-3 for Rosario. And that's a fly to right. So 2 down. Brings up Byron Buxton. And that's a 6-6 for Buxton. Dylan Bundy against a right-hander. 6-6 is a fly to right. And the inning is over. So finally a clean 1-2-3 inning for Bundy. Now he's pitching more like Dylan Bundy instead of Al Bundy. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. Still 3-0. Top of the order for the O's is Seth Smith against Barrios. So Seth Smith. It's a 4-9 against the lefty. 4-9. 1-3 is a single. 4-20. And he will line to second. And that's a line out to Dozier for 1 away. Seth Smith is retired. Brings up Machado. And Machado, his first time up, flew to left. It's a 5-3 against a right-hander, ground ball pitcher X. And he is he's a 3-E10. So a 3-E10. And that is a 6. So that's questionable. 3 and a 6, he will get to it. E10 and an 11. There is an 11 there, so pitcher error rating on a 10. The 11 is an E1, so Barrios boots it. Machado will reach. And that'll bring up Adam Jones. Chance maybe for the O's to get something going. Nothing on the 20. And we get a 4-10 against a right-hander. 4-10 is a strikeout, so 2 away as Adam Jones out on strikes. Here's Chris Davis. He could put 2 runs on the board in a hurry. 1 swing of the bat. Nothing on the 20. And we get a 3-7. And Chris Davis can also strike out, which is what he did. And the inning is over. So 13 innings now the Orioles have gone without a run. We go to the 5th. It's still 3-0 in favor of the Twins. And Buck Showalter looking a little chagrined, wondering what's happened to his offense here in these first 2 games. So back to the top of the order for the Twinks. Not the top of the order, number 2 hitter rather, Brian Dozier. Facing Dylan Bundy. It's a 4-12 for Bundy. It's a ground ball first base X. That is Chris Davis. He is a 2E9. 2E9. And that's a 9, so we'll make that play. That's a 5, so that is a rare play. So we'll check the 2 and the 9. 2 and the 9. 2 and the 9 is a G2. So we're checking the G2 rare play. G2 rare play. Batter lines a shot that deflects off the pitcher to the infielder who makes the play at first for the out. So it's basically going to be a... let's see here. That's kind of weird because it went to the first baseman. So they're saying on this would be rare. He lines a shot that deflects off the pitcher to the fielder. Okay, so it went 1-3. I guess it deflected off Bundy's glove and angled toward first. Chris Davis picked it up, touched the bag. I'm just trying to visualize this, folks. And okay, it makes a little more sense now. So 1 away for Joe Mauer. And unfortunately for Mr. Maurer, when in shipping, the card in the plastic somehow got bent up a little bit, so that's why his little corner is somewhat raised up. That was just in the packaging. He was a corner card, I think, and that's what must have happened to him. It happens. All right, 6'4", Joe Maurer, lefty against Bundy. 6'4" against a lefty is a ground ball to shortstop X. That is J.J. Hardy. He's a 212. He'll make the play there. It's a 7, so we're looking for a 12, and there is no 7 on the E12, so good play by J.J. Hardy. 2 up, 2 down, and now Bundy definitely seems to have settled in, but he's still down in the ball game 3-0. But at least he's saving the bullpen. All right, here's Sano. 6'10" for Sano against a right-hander, or for Bundy against a right-hander, and that is a strikeout. So Bundy pitching well here the last few innings, keeping the score right where it is. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's still 3-0 Twins. And the Orioles may have to play a little small ball or something to get a run across, because they have been shut out for 13 consecutive innings. Here's Trumbo to lead things off. It's a 6-3, and that's going to be a fly ball left field X. That's Rosario. He's a 3-E5 as a left fielder. And a 3 and a 6 should be a good play. I believe he will make that play. 3 and a, oh, take it back. 3 and a 6 is actually an SI2, so it is a single. And let's see, it's a 8-13, and he is 13, and he's an E5. So E5, there is no 13. So just a solid single for Trumbo. But it does mark the first hit of the game for the Orioles, as they finally crack through against Barrios. Here now is Trey Mancini. Nothing on the 20. Mancini, a 3-5, is a strikeout. So 1 down, brings up Jonathan Scope. Nothing on the 20. That's a 5-9 against Barrios. 5-9's another strikeout. So 2 down for Caleb Joseph. Caleb Joseph. Nothing on the Havoc, as some people call it. 3-7 for Joseph against a right-hander is a single. 1 is a double. 2-20 is a single, so maybe I shouldn't be premature on that. But it is a single with 2 stars. It would have been a 5% chance for a double, so I figured that didn't sound too good. So runners are on the corners. 2 outs. This is the best chance the Orioles have had all game, and it's up to number 9 hitter J.J. Hardy. Nothing on the 20. 6-7 is a ground ball second base X. That is Dozier. He's a 1, so good chance he's going to make this play. That is a 2. It's a good thing he is a 1. Let's see here. It's a 9, so we're checking his error rating against a 9 on the 2D6s. And for Dozier, he's an E5. So E5, a 9. There is no 9, so Dozier makes the play. 3rd out of the inning, so it doesn't, they're not trying for any double plays or anything. And that's the way it goes. 5 innings in the books for the Orioles. Still no score for them. Their total is now 14 consecutive scoreless to start the little mini season here. And we go to the 6th. Twins still holding a 3-0 lead. Now we'll check Dylan Bundy. This is his point of weakness beginning right here, inning number 6. And Barrios in the bottom half will be the same. Here's Robbie Grossman, the DH, to lead off. That's a 5-5 against Bundy. Switch hitter batting left, 5-5 is a strikeout. There's a dot there, but he's not tired yet. Hasn't given up anything to be tired yet. So 1 away for Jason Castro. It's a 1-9 for Castro. That's a strikeout. So 2 down. If anything, Bundy's getting stronger as the game is going along. He just got a slow start. Here's Kepler. 4-7 against a lefty. A 1-5 is a single. 6-20 is a line out to Chris Davis. And Davis snags it to end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the 6th, still 3-0. And Bundy's still good to go. He had no marks against his point of weakness, so he's still good. Barrios will be beginning his point of weakness. And he's going to be facing the top of the order in Seth Smith. That is a 5-7. Barrios against a lefty. And Seth Smith found a base hit. 1 to 7 is a double. 8 to 20 is a single. And that's a double for Seth Smith. So maybe this is the best chance the O's might have to score a run. Getting that leadoff double. And the heart of the order coming up, Machado, Jones, and Davis. Nothing on the 20. It's a 5-5 against a right-hander is a strikeout. So big strikeout there for Barrios to get Machado. Brings up Adam Jones. Nothing on the 20. That's a 3-5 for Adam Jones. A 1's a home run, but everything else leads to a fly ball to left. And look at that. He needed a 1 for home and he got a 2. So he came that close, but not quite. 2 down. Or as Maxwell Smart would say, missed it by that much. All right, here is Chris Davis. Nothing on the 20. And that is a 4-8 against a lefty. And that's a fly ball to left field to end the inning. So it continues. 6 innings in the books for the O's in this one with no runs. Their streak is now 15 consecutive scoreless innings. We go to the 7th. It's still 3-0 Twins. It was 2-0 final in the first game, so both teams having trouble getting the offense going. All right, Dylan Bundy, he didn't have anything against his point of weakness, so he's coming out for the 7th to face Polanco. And we get a 4-4. Polanco's a switch hitter batting left. Ground ball third base X, that's Machado. He's a 1E15. So 1E15, that's a 12. So check the E15 for third baseman. E15, there is no 12, so he makes the play. 5-3 ground out for 1 away. Brings up Eddie Rosario. And that's a 1-7. And that's going to be a fly to center for out number 2. So Bundy, as I look back at the score sheet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He's retired 12 in a row. Going for 13 as he faces Buxton with 2 outs and the bases empty. Here is Buxton. 2-4 for Buxton is a strikeout, so make it 13 in a row for Bundy. Inning is over. We go to the 7th inning stretch. Twins still hold a 3-0 lead. Bullpen going for both teams, just in case. And for the Orioles, it'll be Mark Trumbo against Barrios. Now, in the first inning, Barrios gave up 1 hit, so he's got 3 more chances to not give up a hit to keep his freshness. So right now, Trumbo trying to get something going for the O's. 5-5. Barrios is a strikeout. So Barrios still looks pretty good. That strikeout brings up Trey Mancini, the rookie. 5-9. 5-9 is an in-home run chance, 1-3. And Mancini has that end power. 4-20 is a double. And it's a double for Mancini. So it went out double. And that brings up Jonathan Scope, second baseman. Nothing on the 20. 6-6 is a strikeout. So Barrios bearing down with a strikeout. 2 down. And it's going to be up to Caleb Joseph, the catcher. Nothing on the 20. It's a 5-11. That's a walk. So 1 more base runner and Barrios will reach his point of weakness. And we're going to get a pinch hitter for J.J. Hardy. They need some offense. And Hardy on the season only hit .217. So they're going to go to a pinch hitter. And it's going to be, let's see who they're going to pull out here. It's going to be Hyun-Soo Kim. Hyun-Soo Kim is the pinch hitter. Hyun-Soo Kim. And Ruben Tejada will take over at shortstop going forward. So Kim trying to break through for the Orioles here. Runs at first and second, 2 outs. Nothing on the 20. It's a 3-12 for Kim, and that's a hit by pitch plus injury. So how about that? He comes in, it's a pinch hitter, and now he gets a chance to get injured. But the bases are loaded. And we'll check an injury check on this D20 and see how many games he has to miss. So we'll roll the D20 and see what we got. It's a 5, so on the injury chart, he's going to miss this game plus 1 more. So I need to make that entry that Kim is going to miss game 3. He is injured for game 3. He was going to come out of this game right now anyway because Tejada was going to replace him. He was just pinch hitting, and he doesn't run very well, so they may as well just put Tejada in as a pinch runner, and that's what they're going to do. And then Tejada will stay in the game to play short. So we're back to the top of the order with the bases loaded now. And Berrios, I don't think hit by pitch goes against his point of weakness, but he's right on the borderline there. Twins bullpen is active and has been active, so they may, you know what, they're gonna go ahead and give him one chance to get out of this, keep that shutout going. Bases loaded, 2 outs for Seth Smith. That's a 3-8 for Smith, and he struck him out. So the confidence that Paul Molitor had in Berrios pays off. Orioles leave him loaded. We go to the 8th. It's still 3-0 in favor of the Twins. So we're going to have new pitcher for both teams, really. But here in the top of the 8th, we'll get a new Orioles pitcher as Dylan Bundy leaves the game, retiring the last 13 batters he faced, but 7 innings. First start of the year, that's pretty much all you can ask. So we'll look at the bullpen and see who pitched in the previous game. Previous game, they used Gibbons, Brock, Hart, and O'Day, so they want to use somebody different from any of those. So let's see who's coming up for the Twins. The Twins have Dozier, Maurer, and Sano and Grossman. So a couple of those are lefties. So they're going to go with Richard Blyer, a lefty. Richard Blyer, 2-1 and a 1.99 ERA. So Richard Blyer, don't think he's related to Rocky, is coming on to pitch, and Bundy is done after 7 innings. All right, so Dozier is in to face Blyer. It's a 4-6 for Blyer against a right-hander, and that's a single. So that's a base hit for Dozier. Dozier, 2-5. He's got a chance to get a jump, so they're going to try it. It's a 6. He cannot get the jump. So we'll go on to Joe Mauer. Now we got a lefty on lefty matchup. 3, nothing happening. 3-11 for Mauer against a lefty. It's ground ball first base C. So the runner, Dozier, will advance to second base. Kind of a pseudo-sacrifice bunt there. That'll bring up Sano, and they're going to intentionally walk Sano, set up the force play, and pitch to the left-handed, to the switch-hitting Robbie Grossman. So they're going to take their chances with trying to turn 2 here. Nothing on the 20. That's a 1-9 for Grossman against a lefty, and that's a bad move. Grossman, a 1-6 is a home run, and 7-20 is a double. So that is a 9, so that's a double for Grossman. That is going to score Dozier. They will hold Sano, who does not run well, at third base. So runners are at second and third, 1 run in. It is now 4-0 Twins for the lefty hitting Jason Castro. And the Oriole bullpen up again with a right-hander. And that's going to be Alec Asher, the right-hander. So Alec Asher is loosening, probably coming in for the whenever a right-hander is going to come up. Right now it is Castro stepping to the plate. Runners at second, third, 1 out, infield in. Nothing on the 20. It's a 5-7. 5-7 is a ground ball, second base A. And with the infield in, let's see, I think he's going to have to hold on that. Let's check our chart. Check our official back of the rule book chart here. Cheat sheet, whatever you want to call it. Let's find it here. Where'd it go? There we go. So, runners at second and third, infield in, ground ball A is a 1. 1 says batter out, runners hold. So the infield in was successful. 4-3 ground out for out number 2. And that's going to bring up Max Kepler, another lefty. So Flyer trying to get out of this lefty versus lefty. Nothing on the 20. To 2-6. 2-6 is a pop out to first. So except for that one mistake to Grossman, Blyer would have got out of it. He does hold him to 1 run, so it could have been worse. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 4-0 Twins. And we got a new pitcher for the Twins as Barrios goes 7 and does a stellar job. And let's see who that's going to be. Twins in the previous game used Belisle and Kinsler, so their bullpen's pretty well rested. The Orioles are going to send up Machado, Jones, and Davis. So they're going to a right-hander. And the right-hander is going to be... Let's see here. Where did he go? It's going to be Trevor Hildenberger. So Trevor Hildenberger is in for the Twins. He will pitch here in the bottom of the 8th. And the Orioles will get a new pitcher in their half of the, or actually in the top of the 9th. They're going to go to a pitcher of their own. Probably Zach Britton because they want to get him an inning of work. Right now, it is Manny Machado to lead things off for the O's against Hildenberger. So Barrios goes 7 shutout innings. And now Machado. 2-10 for Machado against a right-hander is a pop-up to first. That is out number 1. Brings up Adam Jones. And the O's offense continues to struggle. 5-9 is a strikeout. So 2 down, and that brings up Chris Davis. Chris Davis. 2 out, space is empty. It's a 4-9 against a lefty. Another strikeout. That's going to end the 8th. So Hildenberger pitches pitches a perfect 8th inning. He may even come back to pitch the 9th. We'll have to wait and see. Right now, the Orioles are turning to their bullpen as Blyer pitched that 1 inning. Now they could go to Miguel Castro, and I think they will. They're going to go ahead and save Britton for later. So Miguel Castro is in. He will be on to face Jorge Polanco to start the 9th. So Miguel Castro is in. Blyer pitched 1 inning, gave up 1 run. All right, it is 4-0, top of the 9th. 3-4 for Polanco against Castro is a ground ball to short, and that's 1 away. It's going to bring up Rosario, and Rosario against Castro. It's a 5-4 against the lefty for Castro. 5-4 is a ground ball third base X. That's Machado. He's a 1. We know he's going to get to it. He's an E15, and that's a 14. So an E15 and a 14 at third base. E15, there is no 14, so he does make the play. 5-3 ground out. 2 down for the top of the order and Byron Buxton. And they're going to, I believe they're going to go ahead and let Hildenberger finish out the ball game. It's a 6-8. Castro against a right-hander, 6-8. 1-10 is a double, and 11-20 is a fly to left. And it's a 1, so it's a 2-out double for Buxton. So the Twins Could strike again. Here's Dozier. Nothing on the 20. It's a 4-9 against a right-hander. That's a walk. So Castro had the first 2 outs. Now he's beginning to struggle a bit. Here's Joe Mauer. Joe Mauer. Nothing on the 20. Mauer a 3-6. That's a single with 2 stars. So that's going to bring over an insurance run. All this with 2 outs and nobody on. It's now a score of 5-0. And that'll bring up Miguel Sano. And Castro's got to worry about getting his point of weakness. Nothing on the 20. It's a 4-10. 4-10 is a strikeout to end the inning. But the Twins pick up another run. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Twins lead it 5-0. And the Orioles show no signs of life at all. And we'll get Hildenberger back out there for another inning. Why not? He went 3 up, 3 down in his half of the 9th. We got Tejada leading things off. He came in for J.J. Hardy. So he's going to lead things off here. 5-4. 5-4 against a right-hander. That's a ballpark single check. That's the first ballpark check we've had all game. And for singles, it's 1-6 because it's bad weather. It's a 19, so it's a liner to short, 1 away. Weather does not seem to affect the Twins, though, just the Orioles. All right, that'll bring up Mark Trumbo. Oh, wait a minute. Who was batting? No, I got my lineups backwards. I'm sorry, that was not Tejada. It was supposed to be Trumbo on that first at bat. It still doesn't matter because the righty was still going to be off the pitcher card, and he did line out. So I got Tejada mixed up when I made that switch defensively, but now we're straight. Line out to short belongs to Trumbo. All right, here is Trey Mancini. It's a 2-10. 2-10 is a ballpark diamond shot. So we haven't had any ballpark checks. Now the last 2 batters have had home run checks. It's a diamond shot. However, it's only a 1-11 because of bad weather. But they finally did it. A 10. Trey Mancini, the rookie, comes through and breaks up the shutout streak. Went 17 1/3 to start the season, but they finally did it with a solo homer. And Mancini's going to get more playing time, obviously. He's doubled and homered in this game. So here is Jonathan Scope, 2-7. 2-7 is a fly to center. It's out number 2, so 1 out away, and it's Caleb Joseph. Is all that Hildenberger needs to retire the ball game. 5-4. 5-4 against a righty is another ballpark check. Again, it's 1-6. It's a 3, so it's a base hit. And now Tejada will come up. Now Ruben Tejada will get his official at bat. We'll check Hildenberger. Nothing on the 20. It's a 5-3. 5-3 is a diamond shot. Again, Tejada, however, is weak against right-handers, so if he gets the diamond shot, it's only going to be a single 2 stars. It's 1-11. And it's an 8, so it would have been a home run, but instead it's a single with 2 stars. And they may have to go pull Hildenberger here because now it's a 5-1 game, and there's 2 on, so the tying run is on deck for Seth Smith. So they're going to go to the bullpen. Hildenberger could not finish the game out the way they wanted them to, so they're going to go to their bullpen. They already used Kinsler in the first game, so they really don't want to use him again. So they're going to go to lefty Taylor Rogers to face the lefty Seth Smith. Taylor Rogers trying to close things out and earn the save against lefty Seth Smith. They could pinch hit for Seth Smith. Let's see how he does against lefties. He's got a decent column 1, so they're going to go and leave him in there. So runners in the corners, 2 outs. Nothing on the D20. It's a 4-10. 4-10 against a lefty is a ground ball shortstop X. That's Polanco. He is a 2E23, and that's a 7, so he will get to that. And that's a 14. Is it going to be an error on the E23? We'll check the shortstop, E23. There is no 14, so the play is made. Ball game is over. Orioles do pick up a run here in the 9th, but the final score turns out to be 5-1 in favor of the Twins. Winning pitcher was Jose Barrios. Losing pitcher was Dylan Bundy. And the save to Taylor Rogers. So hopefully you enjoyed that presentation of Demos Dozen. And that was game 2 of the little mini season for the Orioles and the Twins. Twins 2-0, Orioles 0-2. 2-game series for them is over. They'll move on to play other teams now. And the Orioles probably are not upset to see the Twins leave. So until next time, hope you guys enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it. And I will see you all down the road.